Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to I hope is one of your favorite shows here. It's the Old Fashioned Show. It's your host, Anwar Richardson, your favorite. Come on in because it's Thursday. And if it's Thursday, then you know it's one of my favorite days. It's Texas versus everybody. Everybody. If you're from down south, you know you got to go heavy on the R. We're going to talk about Texas versus everybody. I like to do this thing. Because going into the season, everybody kept asking me, Unc, how's Texas going to handle the SEC? And my new rebuttal is, how's the SEC going to handle Texas? So I keep going back to, let's go ahead and look at the numbers, look at the film, I say statistic, I say the film, all that kind of stuff. So that's exactly what we're going to do, where I break it down. There will be a little bit, I'll say not math, but some stats. I like stats. And Thursday is as a day that gets me to stat out, but not in an overwhelming way, just to be able to show you where Texas is and also to enlighten you. So come on in. Good to see everybody. I see everybody talking about Texas OU sucks, and good to that. Speaking of OU, I got a text message from somebody that says, "Oh, it was late last night. It was like 11 o'clock." Huh? Somebody, yeah, it was OU related. That is crazy. All right, I gotta do that one and over. By the way, Orange Butts Albert, what's the best way to get over an ex who left you? I need advice from my drunk uncle. Oh, well, say, man, that's a great question. And because I like you, I will definitely let's entertain this. That's the best way. Now, listen. Here's what you do. Seriously, take your time. Take your time. Don't rush into anything, because then you rush into stuff. Because here's what happens, Sam, man. So what happens is a lot of times, fellas, they're going through a breakup, right, or something just happened, right. All of a sudden they're like, "Oh, I'm just going to get with somebody else." Then you mess up that woman, right, because you don't know what you want. So take time for yourself. Do some nice things for yourself. Take time for yourself. Go spoil yourself. Do some nice things. All those kind of things, right. Take time to heal. Get over it. Take time. Don't blame yourself. Take time to learn from it. Learn from the things that not only maybe that person done wrong, but also do some self-evaluation on things that you may have done wrong and the things that you may have contributed, even if it comes down to your selection process. Don't blame them, because you got to accept everybody for who they are, right? And so, hey, just because it didn't work out, that doesn't mean that person's bad or you're bad. It just means a bad connection. So go ahead and know that there are billions and billions of people in this world. You will find somebody else. I'm just telling you, there's billions. I did it like 4 billion women or something crazy like that. I guarantee you'll be able to connect with someone else. So take time for yourself, enjoy your life, and then eventually, once you heal, then you're able to go on. But don't jump into things, because that's what fellas do too much. They literally get out of a breakup and they get on the apps and they start swiping because they're looking to replace something. And next thing you know, you're screwing over the next woman who thinks you might be into him, but then you all of a sudden you pull the cord like, "I don't think I know what I want." Don't do that. Catherine can tell you. All the women here can tell you. I'm helping them out, right? Catherine tell you, Debbie will tell you, everybody. They'll all of a sudden they're like, "I thought it was cool." You're like, "I don't know what I want in life." No. Figure it out, and then go ahead and jump back in, but don't rush. All right. Now, that being said, let's talk about where we are from a standpoint. And look at Catherine. I knew she would say yes, because Catherine understands. Fellas be fickle sometimes. Y'all you lead these ladies on and make them believe something that's not true. Just heal yourself. Heal yourself. All right, so let's do a couple of things. Let's look at where the standings are right now, as far as look at the SEC standings. Now, listen. Texas A&M is technically leading the SEC, right? They're technically in it, but realize that that's mostly because they've played more games than other people have. So that's the main reason. And at the end of the day, I mean, Texas A&M have just, you know, they defeated Florida, who we don't think is very good, and Arkansas, if I'm correct. So it's going to get a little bit tougher for them coming up soon, because once they get past Missouri, they've got that in another week. Actually, this weekend, I apologize. Then it get Mississippi State an easy one, but then it gets, never gets a little bit tougher. They got LSU, South Carolina, then eventually Auburn. Well, that's not tough. And then Texas. Oh, Texas A&M's got a good shot when I look at their schedule. But just you can just see where everybody is. They're clearly, we're just getting conference play started, so there's a clear log jam as far as that is concerned. A lot of teams at 1-0. Texas is in there. Alabama is in there. Missouri is in there. Tennessee, those are teams with the wins. Obviously, you can see that second tier of everybody. And then you got crazy where Ole Miss is. It's only one loss, right? Crazy Ole Miss is down there, 12th ranked team in the country. But obviously they'll have their SEC wins. And then what we have over there is really, really, you got the Vanderbilts, the Auburns, and Mississippi States. That's where it gets a little, those teams ain't good. I'm reading some of the comments here. Logan. Yes, I know the phrase, right? The best way to get over someone is to get under someone. I'm just saying, if my man's hurting right now, it's okay. That's what y'all fellas. You don't want to. That's what I'm telling you. You just keep doing stuff and repeating it, and then you just mess up the next woman for some odd reason. Just take time to yourself. Okay, so. Y'all are funny though. Y'all are funny. I like hearing things. So let's go to this. Let's go to my power rankings for this week. Now listen. Please listen. I don't listen. Forgive me. I know. Don't hit that X button at the top right yet. Just don't do that. Don't do that yet. Hear me out. Okay, just hear me out. Don't drop me. But hear me out. The reason why I went with Alabama number 1, and I think there's a reason. Look, they've had the biggest win of the season so far. They just have, and it's more of a reward for their win, more so than it is in anything about the Texas thing. Look, at the end of the day, they beat the number 2 team in the country, and had to fight like hell to do that. So look, if Texas goes ahead and beats Georgia in a couple of weeks, I'll probably go ahead and flip that, right? More than that because all things are being equal, then at that point Texas would have beaten Michigan on the road and then defeated Alabama, right? So just bear with me. And again, an argument can be had. And look, there's some people have told me, like, look, if everything's equal, I'd rather have Texas be ranked number 2 to kind of take a little bit of the pressure off. So not everyone's upset with this one, right? I didn't ding Georgia that much for the loss. Only really dropped them 1 spot because, quite frankly, I mean, Tennessee's winning games. But they, that Georgia, it's kind of like last year. You remember when Alabama got in over Florida State? Like, who could never forget that, right? And at the end of the day, the committee, they said they wasn't going to penalize Texas penalize Alabama for the loss against Texas. That's kind of where I am with that one. I'm not going to ding Georgia too much because at the end of the day, they're still a damn good team. And of course, I got Tennessee there. I've got LSU in my top 5. So there's that. This 6 and 7 was a little bit of a tough one for me. But at the end of the day, when it came to Oklahoma, good for them as far as getting their first SEC victory this past weekend. But was against Auburn. You know, it is 27-21. So I've got to give them their respect a little bit. But when I started just looking at, okay, if I have to decide between these two teams, I thought Texas A&M and the win against Arkansas was a little bit more impressive. And then they defeated Florida as well. So they've at least defeated two SEC teams at this moment. Oklahoma's only defeated one, and that's Auburn, and they're not really a great team. So that's why I went ahead and put A&M into Oklahoma. I do put a lot of thought into these things, by the way. I do put a lot of thought. I don't throw this together. I really sit down for a minute and really kind of analyze this. Missouri's at number 8. I mean, I have to put them at number 8, but they haven't played nobody yet. They have yet to really be tested. And so I have to, 4-0. I mean, they played Murray State, Buffalo. Their most impressive win was Boston College, which was ranked 24th. They had to go into overtime to beat Vanderbilt in 2 overtimes. It needed a little luck there. I can't ding them for being undefeated. But that Missouri-Texas A&M game was going to be really interesting. That, for me, will kind of break up a little bit of the center that's in here. I did drop Ole Miss down. They definitely took a little bit of a tumble for me. I know as much as I've talked up Kentucky, and I don't like how they become my Kentucky Wildcats. I hear Kat, she's kind of funny. I hear, it's my Kentucky. I just talked up Kentucky before the season. I outlined why I thought that was going to be a tough game for Texas. Again, after week 1, I was like, what in the hell? I literally had to question myself. Like, damn it, man, do I know what the hell am I talking about? Like, how did I just slip? Like, how the hell did I miss this? Then they have the 1-point loss to Georgia. And then, of course, they beat Ole Miss this past week. And then I said, okay, all right, well, now I feel a little bit better. I've got South Carolina, though, right after that, because they only have 1 loss and they got screwed out of that one. Nonetheless, I can't rank them based off of where I think they were screwed. That's not how it works, right? Even though they got screwed in that LSU game, they lost. So at the end of the day, they already are. Kentucky moves up a little bit for me. Let me see what Kentucky has going forward. They've got a really good defense, and they've got some really good guys on the interior that you guys got to just keep out, an eye out for. And I don't think Kentucky, does Kentucky have a game this weekend? I'm not seeing it. So they're good for them. They got a bye. I tell you what, just I know you're like, damn it, you keep talking about, what's your connection to Kentucky? None. But after the bye on October 12th, they've got Vanderbilt. Then they go on the road to Florida. Then they've got Auburn, right? So Kentucky should, in theory, be able to start stacking some wins. Now, November the 2nd, they are at Tennessee. And then this is where I say, okay, just got to be careful here, because after Tennessee, they have a bye week, okay? And in fact, I won't show it to you. It'll take too long. They have a bye week. Then they play Murray State, and then they play Texas. So for me, they've got 2 weeks to prepare for Texas after the Tennessee game. That's where I kept saying, like, that's the danger for me, because Murray State, I mean, that's just a tune-up game. You just don't get your guys hurt. And then you got Texas the following week. So just keep an eye out for them. Florida's there. Vanderbilt. You're raining on the top with short like leprechauns. It was short. It was good. It was a good run. Vandy is a better team than they were before, right? But they still are not, top echelon. Now, they play Alabama this upcoming weekend. And so that will be very interesting to see of what happens. But they lost against Missouri last week in the double overtime game. They lost against Georgia State prior to that. So they came out hot. They were able to beat Virginia Tech. You're like, woo! And then they beat Alcorn State. You're like, yeah. Then like Georgia State, and like, man, nah, we just tripping, dog. We ain't really trying to do all that. And then Missouri. So they're kind of falling back into where they need to be. Arkansas, not that impressed. They don't really have any impressive wins for me. Auburn is not good, and that's just fascinating for a team like Auburn just to not be where they are. And then you got Mississippi State rounding out the bottom half of everything, and so that's where that. I anticipate again. Alabama plays Vanderbilt, so they'll be good going forward. And then Texas OU. By the way, I got a cool Texas OU note for you guys. Yeah, something cool worth sharing with you guys, just so if you don't, nobody knows this, I don't think yet, but if Texas, this is actually brand new information. No one, I know this stuff. If Texas defeats Oklahoma next weekend, game day will come to Austin. So you heard it here first. This is why you listen to Unc. This is why you listen to Unc. I know this for fact. Pretty much fact. I know it's for fact. If Texas beats Oklahoma next week, game day is planning. They're already making arrangements. They are already making arrangements for to be in Austin the following week. Let me see who Georgia has. Georgia football schedule. Let me see what Georgia has, if they have any potential hiccups, and that's why it's being planned that way. Hold on. And they play Auburn this weekend. That's a win. And then they play Mississippi State. That's a win. So yeah, that's why they're able to plan that far ahead. So yeah, there you go. Something to get excited about. See, that's why you gotta listen to my show. You got other people who are TV people who do a show, and I'm just a reporter that does a show. There you go. You heard it here first. I haven't put that out on Twitter or anything like that. Somebody probably gonna get mad at me, but nonetheless, Text Blonde. Yeah, I don't care. You can put that out there on Twitter. Text Blonde. That's fine. It's true. And here's how I know this. Okay, I will tell you. I'm gonna tell you how I know. Okay, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna spill the beans. Okay. Hold on. I'm gonna find the email. And I'm gonna tell you exactly how I know. Hold on. So, because someone's gonna be like, "Oh, well, you just pulling this out your ass, whatever." Okay. Hi, Anwar. Oh, wait, it said confidentially. My bad. Okay, I'll leave out the confidentially portion of it. Never mind. I can't read it. But all I'll say is there's a possibility. Okay, this is what I'll say. I've been offered the possibility to talk to someone from Gameday on October the 18th. And that person will be in Austin that day. And they said we'll know for certain if Gameday will, tape in Austin on Monday. Oh, wait, Monday or October 14th. Yeah. So there's some. So put this caveat there. There's a huge possibility that it could happen because this interview could take place on October the 18th with a certain personality. Friday, October 18th at noon. So there you go. Anyway, There you go. There it is. There it is. So it's a strong possibility. Put the caveat out there, Text Blonde. Put strong possibility that, I mean, you gotta think, like, if they're emailing me, offering me to interview someone on the 18th, I mean, they ain't flying out. They're gonna fly out somewhere else the next day. I'm just saying. Anyway, speaking of good things that are happening, Eric Torres, Eric Sells Homes, DFW. If you're looking for a home in the DFW area, you don't have to look any further than El Presidente himself. And like I said, yes, Thomas, it's going to be close. So here's the thing. You got to put a caveat here, right? Anything can happen. But I'm just telling you, if they're offering me game day interviews on the 18th, well, I'm just saying, it's a strong possibility. We'll see what happens. But don't say I'm definitely saying that, though. Don't say I'm definitely saying that. But just say, Text Blonde's like, I just won't tag you as my source. It's okay. It's okay. Just, you can say it. But so here's what I do. Here's what I do when I report stuff. If you only say it definite if you know like 100%. If not, it's kind of like when you're making plans with somebody. Like, I think I'm going to be there on Friday, but I'll let you know. You can't say such and such committed, right? Just say it's a strong possibility. You can say onward saying so she's hearing it's a strong possibility that game day will be here if Texas beats Oklahoma. Details to be unfold. Whatever. Eric Sells Homes, DFW, looking for a house in the DFW area. You don't have to look any further than my main man, El Presidente, buying and selling made easily. Check him out. He's the man with the master plan. He's got you covered. We're looking to buy a home. You're looking to sell a home. Whatever it is, he's going to make sure that he's got you covered. So don't go anywhere. Don't get screwed over. Don't have auntie and them and uncles and them and all your person who got themselves a little real estate license and they think they know what they're talking about. Don't do all that. Hit Eric Sells Homes DFW up. And then at the end of the day, go out.
Specs same-day delivery can save the day with our Specs app or online shopping. From world-class wines to hard-to-find spirits and craft beers to gourmet foods, delicious snacks, and spectacular sweets. It's Specs. Cheers to savings.
And cheers to everybody who is here to chat. Cheers to everybody who's paying me up on their bets via Specs. I got that tequila bottle. I got the tequila bottle from Chad the other week. I gotta go and get something this weekend because I think I did a straight up Michigan Texas bet with my girl's husband's my girl's sister's husband. It's too much. Anyway, but he got to pay up this week also. And I got one more bet coming from the Opinion Sports Show. I'm going to clean up. We're going to pop bottles every single day. Like, I'm just going to pop bottle every day in celebration of that. Okay. Let's also do some numbers, though. Let's also do some numbers. Let's get into where everything is. I want to see which one I want to start with. I will start with total offense in the SEC. These are SEC rankings that we're going to get into. And I'm going to show you, guys, where your Longhorns are ranked in all the good / important categories that are out there. So here we got the total offense. And then as you can see, Texas is ranked third, averaging a whopping 513 yards per game. But, man, Ole Miss was still dropping a lot of yards now. And they kind of look insignificant at this moment. But 607, Tennessee, one of the more complete teams that's out there. They've got a good average as well. Texas is at 513, Arkansas, and then Alabama. Spirit, I was on a conference call, SEC media conference call yesterday. I wish y'all could have heard it. And somebody called in and they were asking Sarkisian about Milroe. And, he gave the nice answer, I've recruited him, blah, blah, blah. Great guy, all these other kind of things. And then somebody asked him more of a follow. It was like, man, this how good is he? How incredible is he? You can tell Sark was like, yo, dude, I already gave you the answer, man. Like, stop. Why don't you ask me about my quarterbacks? I felt for him. I would have been okay if Sark was just like, you know what, bro? Stop asking me. But here's the most important thing when you look at total offense, as we start kind of looking ahead to next week. Look all the way down at number 16. Woo! That ain't gonna cut it, y'all. And listen, I'm not saying that for you to get cocky, or arrogant. We all know it's a rivalry game. Things happen, but what they call it, like bringing a knife to a gunfight. I don't know if I should say that though. I think I get dinged by YouTube if you say certain things like that. But Oklahoma averaging about 300 yards a game, going against a Texas team that's averaging damn near 200 plus more. I mean, that's going to be tough. That's going to be tough for OU. That's going to be a tough battle ahead. And really, quite honest with you, if you look at from 10 on, you see a lot of teams that Texas has to play. You see Florida down there. Obviously, you see Texas A&M down there. South Carolina, they don't play. Vanderbilt, Kentucky, Oklahoma. I mean, thank your SEC gods, by the way, for just blessing you with just making everything just fall in place right now. Because outside of Arkansas, Texas doesn't face a top 10 offense for the rest of this season. Nonetheless, hey, can't worry about that. Ain't your problem. You know what I'm saying? Ain't my problem. Hey, sometimes you go to the stoplight and then people are there and they got the little I think they're all scamming half the time anyway. Maybe about 75% of the time. I think they're all scamming. Like, why you, first of all, you see I'm on the phone. Why are you coming up to me, bro? I don't see no legit. No, you can't give me no receipt. You just want some money? Nah. Anyway, ain't my problem. Let's talk about defense. There's gonna be somebody that's like, I help those people, Anwar. Well, they need to help themselves. Never mind. Let me stop. I'm trying to be better. Just pray for me. Pray for me. God is not through with me yet. Total defense. I've got Texas over here ranked at the 3rd spot, only giving up 228 yards per game. Tennessee's got a good defense. Missouri's got a defense. Kentucky, we know, has got a good defense, not a great offense. Mississippi, and then South Carolina. And then again, start looking at the 10 and beyond. Oklahoma, golly, bad on offense and defense. Then you got Texas A&M, you got Vanderbilt, Florida, and then of course Mississippi State. That's right in there. So as you can see, Texas being ranked in the top 3 of really important categories that are there. Let me see which other one. I've got a good one here. Oh yeah, this is good. Are you ready? Let's look at. Oh, I don't want to do that yet. Hold on, I don't want to do that one yet. Hold on. Oh yeah, I busted myself. My old eyes and looking at the screen. There's somebody is watching this thing on the 70-inch thing. They're like, damn, man, what? Why you so close? Why you so close, bro? I'm sorry, man. I got old eyes, man. I got old eyes. So I have to get a little bit closer to the screen. So I apologize. Apologize if I scared anybody. Let's do this one. Let's do red zone. This is the interesting one. When we look at the red zone offenses, Texas is actually ranked 8th as far as like red zone offense is concerned. I was a little surprised when I actually looked that one up because I thought that one would be a little bit better. But and I don't think it's all based off of Sark just taking points off the board this past week, right? But probably they're I mean, and again, it's not super clear it's not like it's some bad mark where you just look at it like, well, that sucks. It just so happens that some other teams have just done a little bit better. We're talking about Missouri, 19 out of 20 attempts. Now here's the thing that you got to pay attention to more so than anything else, because they're going off of the percentages. What I probably should have sorted this on. Uh, Texas actually has 27 attempts in the red zone. And for what that looks like, that's the highest amount of anybody. I'm looking at Ole Miss at 25. I'm looking at LSU at 25, Arkansas at 24, Missouri at 20. So the other thing to pay attention more so than anything else is to know that they're definitely getting down there. So the numbers might be skewed, but they're scoring way more. Now, as relates to the red zone defense, here we go. I see you. I see you, South End Zone Queen. Don't worry about it. I've done this before, South End Zone Queen. Shout out to South End Zone Queen. So from red zone defense, you can see that Texas is ranked fourth. So right now, you see that there's been 6 attempts, there have been 4 scores, but there have been 3 field goals, and that's it, and 1 touchdown, right? So at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? It's like if you look at it when it's all said and done, I mean, they've only given up 4 scores. And again, next week I'm going to sort this one a little bit better, because at the end of the day, that would be tied with Missouri. So we know Texas and Missouri have some pretty good defense. It's tied with Missouri because they've only given up 4 scores. Tennessee has given up 5 scores. Next week, I'm gonna sort this one a little bit better. I want to make sure I make a mental note to myself on that one. Let's do third down conversions. How about let's do that one? All right. So third down conversions here. Texas obviously is ranked number 3 as far as converting on third downs. So you want to see that's good. I think that's right about where they were last week. And so from a defensive standpoint, and you can see Arkansas is doing well from the third down conversions. Again, Missouri, a tough team. Still, they haven't played anybody. So kind of shoulder shrug some of their stats at this moment. Golly, Oklahoma, you ain't converting on third down either. Golly, what y'all doing in Norman? I got no offense. Somebody about to lose their job. You're going to lose your job. Somebody, and it's not going to be the head coach, but they're going to have to sacrifice somebody if they keep this thing up. You just know that they're doing smoke and mirrors at this moment, because the numbers show they're just not that good. All right, now let's look at the third down conversions on the defensive standpoint. What are the opponents doing at this moment on third down? And as you can see, Texas is doing a really good job of making sure they get off the field on third downs, ranked 5th. Opponents are only converting about 27% of those third downs. Tennessee is doing well. Alabama, obviously, as you would expect, is doing really well as in that category. Let me see. Where's Oklahoma? Oh, Oklahoma decent. All right, Oklahoma actually at number 8. All right, they're not dead as last in in a category, right? So at least they have that going for them. Now this one is a cool one too. Let's look at the scoring offenses. High-powered offenses. And as you can see, Texas is dropping points, y'all. Texas is dropping. They average of 45 points a game. Now Tennessee is dropping some points too. 54 points Sorry about that. I don't know what happened. Out of my control. I don't know what that was about, and I don't know what you saw on your end. I just know on my end, it just let me know we ain't doing nothing. But I guess the internet has come back, which is crazy because I'm connected to the Ethernet. But shout out to Spectrum. You definitely do have some of the most trash internet connections available. So shout out to Spectrum for holding it down. anyway, anyway, um, scoring offense is ranked number 4 for Texas at this moment, and so you now this is where it gets really cool for you as a Texas fan, because this is the stat that Sark keeps pointing to that he loves the most. To which I think, well, out of all the things I'm going to show you, this is the Matt Daddy of them all, because at the end of the day, through 5 games, Texas is only giving up an average of 7 points per game through 5 games, and at least facing a top 10 team, right? Tennessee, again, good defense. Again, does Tennessee play Alabama this year? Is that a thing? Because if so, October 19th, y'all. Oh, that's what am I, idiot? Of course, it's the Texas Georgia or this one or this game. So yeah, I don't know why why did I brain fart on that one? My bad. But anyway, so that should be that I'm looking forward to. That's going to be a hell of a week in the SEC. Aren't you glad that you are in the SEC and not dealing with some of these other things, man? Goodness gracious. Golly. So good, man. Just so good. Just so good. Sometimes you just gotta say thank you. All right, so now, thank you. So let's go from a rushing offense. This is where it gets a little interesting for us. From a rushing offense standpoint, you could probably already have guessed where Texas was going to be, and Texas definitely that could pick up. That definitely has the opportunity. There's definitely room for improvement as far as the rushing offense is concerned. That ranked 8th in the conference, 191 rushing yards per game. Oklahoma, dang Oklahoma, golly, you're so low. What, golly, Oklahoma, dang, 128 rushing yards, Oklahoma. Y'all can't pass the ball. You can't rush the ball. Woo. Okay. From a rushing defense standpoint, though, if you go to rushing defense, Texas is ranked 8th, is in the kind of middle of the pack there as well. But here's the crazy thing about the rushing defense, though, y'all. The only reason Texas is ranked 8th, and it's not bad, it's a respectable number. It's 106 rushing yards per game, right? You would say to yourself, that's not bad at all. The thing is, in the SEC, ain't nobody else is giving up rushing yards. Like, look at Mississippi, like Tennessee, Kentucky. Like, they're. I mean, it's crazy to think that Tennessee, their defense is good, y'all. Tennessee's defense is only giving up an average of 50 rushing yards a game. Now, again, I know they're not playing a whole lot of people at this moment, but still, Ole Miss, not bad from a rushing yard perspective. So just keep that in mind. And since I'm already on a defense, just want to kind of throw something else up fun for you for just from a tackle standpoint. Anthony Hill is tied for 10th in the conference as far as tackles are concerned. So I want to make sure I pointed that out. David Benda at 15th as far as tackles are concerned, ranked in the SEC, followed by Jalen Gilbo at the number 22. Not bad there. But yeah, I was, as I was kind of doing some of my research here, I was like, oh, okay, this is not that bad. This is not bad. So here's another. So here's some really another good stat. All right, ready? Only got like three more for you guys. Three more for you. Your passers through this week. These are where you got Arch Manning at number 9 because I don't think Quinn has played in enough games technically to qualify at this moment. So you got Arch Manning as the number 9th ranked passer, 200 passer rating, by the way, pretty damn good. That would be a little bit below Jackson Dart, Milroe, Manning. That would put him in the top 3 as far as passer rating is concerned. But Jackson Dart has been putting up hellified numbers, followed by the LSU quarterback. Of course, then there's Carson Beck. But Arch Manning, not bad, 900 passing yards in only, 2 starts and then some bench time. So thought you might get a kick out of seeing where he is and where he ranks as far as passing is concerned. And this goes to the passing offense, right? Only got 2 more, right? So this passing offense, Texas is ranked 3rd, just kind of leading into that, ranked and averaging on 322 yards. Let me see who's at the bottom, just out of curiosity. Oklahoma almost came close. You got a chance to make up for it. You got a chance to be at the bottom now, because there's A&M at 162. There's Oklahoma at 169.2. Come on, Oklahoma. Just be dead last in all the categories. You can do it. We believe in you. You're good enough, smart enough, and doggone it, people like you. And then here's where you want to know, as it relates to your Longhorns, passing defense, by the way. Number 1. I'm not going to say DBU is back or anything crazy like that, but do understand from a passing defense standpoint, from pass defense, they were ranked like 120th or something in the country last year. They're literally sitting at number 1 in the SEC right now. That's how good this team is. That's how many strides this thing has made. In fact, I'm going to look on my end. Let me see where Texas is in the country. 3rd in the country, y'all, giving up only 121.6 yards in the air. They're behind Minnesota, that's giving up 96.8. Iowa State is at 102.5. Texas is at 121.6, followed by Tennessee and Missouri. That's how good this Texas pass defense has been. And again, this was so we're clear. Let me go to 2023. Number 1 in the SEC right now. Number 3 in the country. 116th last year. From 116th last year in pass defense to number 3 in the country right now. Hell, that's a tweetable thing as well. That's a hellified gain by this Texas Longhorn defense. Something that you guys should definitely be proud of. Hey, like I said, it's Texas versus everybody. Right? You gotta forgive me. My old eyes. I was all over the screen. You should see me, boy, when I go out to a restaurant and I go out. It's like one of those dimly lit things. And God forbid I decide to put in my contacts. Oh man. I'm that person that I'm literally just getting my phone and I do like the flashlight to look at the menu. I can't. What is this? Oh, one day, you're gonna get readers, y'all. One day, I always say, if you live long enough, one day you're gonna get old. I ain't old yet, but I got oldish tendencies. All right, listen. We still got the Prize Pick show that's coming up. We still got Prize Picks that is coming up in the next 15 minutes. Don't matter if it's a bye week. We still got plenty to discuss. There's plenty of things that are out there. We'll talk about the match that they have for us. So make sure you come back in the next 15 minutes. I didn't ask. I don't always do a good job at this, but like the video if you can. Subscribe to the channel, but still like the videos because that always helps with some sort of algorithms that y'all probably understand a little bit better than me. Tomorrow we're going to be back. It's a fun Friday. We don't have to worry about a game. And we're going to do some fun stuff and get into some fun things, some fun topics. We're going to talk about Sandman. We're going to find him somebody. We're going to make sure he gets over this past relationship so he go to happiness. Hey, good thing, Sandman. Hey, positive. It's October. Hey, if you got to think about anything, hey, you don't have to worry about buying any Christmas gifts. Think about that. Look how much money you can save, Sandman. Look at God. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. You're going to be all right, Sandman. We've all been through the breakup thing, Sandman. So you're going to be all right. Just hang in there. Come back here. And trust me, we'll work through it, and we'll get you to the other side. We're also going to work on getting Catherine a date as well. We're gonna do matchmaking. No more apps. We're just gonna do the old-fashioned dating show, and we're gonna hook people up so everybody finds love going into holidays. No, we ain't gonna do that. Hey, listen, you know what I always say, live each day like it was your last. One day it will be. Go out, smile. Sometimes we're too serious in life. I want y'all to laugh and smile. Life is short. Go out and enjoy it. You just go out and enjoy it. Do something nice for yourself. Do something great for yourself because you absolutely deserve it. Even if nobody's done it for you, you do it for yourself because that's how good you are.